Hello, good evening and welcome. This is your local BBC radio station, BBC Three Counties Radio. I'm Nana Queer. Now, on the way, your songs that bring back a memory. It's 81333. Start the message with 3CR, and if there's a memory attached, we do love that. But a Bedford author has put pen to paper to help those who transport cancer patients to and from appointments. Frank Malley joined the Bedford charity, which takes patients to Addenbrookes Hospital after a career in journalism, working at the Daily Express and the Press Association. Listen, the courage and optimism he's witnessed inspired him to write When the Mist Clears. He's on the line now. Hello and good evening, Frank. Welcome to the programme.
Hello there, Nana.
Well, I've got to ask you about writing for those rags. No, I'm joking. I don't read those papers, actually. The Daily Express, so what was that like?
Well, back in the day with the Daily Express, which was about 20 years ago and 25 years ago now, it was still one of the big newspapers in the country, and it was exciting. It was a good place to work. I was on sport, actually.
You were on sport, yes.
Yeah, so I basically travelled the world watching all the best sport involving British contenders or competitors, and it was a privileged job, I have to say.
You must have loved it. Oh, my goodness, what a great job.
I did love it, yeah, I did love it. I did the same at the Press Association as well. I travelled and basically covering things like the Olympics, the World Cup football and rugby, Champions League and Ryder Cup, so those sort of things. You saw things which will live with you forever. Johnny Wilkinson's drop kick that won the World Cup for England in 2003 in Sydney, for instance. It's just a memories, great memories that will live with me forever anyway.
That's amazing. What was the best thing that you think you saw or watched? I know you've mentioned some, but what was the best thing that you think you went to see, or the best thing you did?
That was pretty well up there, that Johnny Wilkinson drop goal. That was the only time I've ever thought time had stood still. When he dropped the goal and the ball was tumbling through the air, going towards the post, and the whole stadium was just silent. And then there's just this almighty roar when he went over. And we'd beaten the Aussies. It didn't get a lot better than that. There were others as well. I mean, Manchester United in Barcelona in 1999 when they came back with 2 minutes to go to win 2-1 against Bayern Munich in the Champions League. Yeah. Liverpool coming back from 3-0 down in Istanbul to win the Champions League. Great moments, but there are so many of them.
You must have made quite a few friends there as well, because you probably see the same people going to these things as well, so it must have been a bit of a jolly.
That's what my mother-in-law used to say. She always said it was a jolly as well. But, I don't know. If you've written 1,000 words and the final whistle comes and the last 2 minutes, the score changes from 0-1 to 2-1, and then you've got to write another 1,000 words. It's really different. That's pretty hectic. It's a lot of meeting those deadlines is quite intense.
It'd be like doing a school assignment. My university, I was at the very, very last minute. I don't know how I even passed. Wonderful. So this has been a long career, something that you really enjoyed doing. Did you ever get to go to see Wimbledon and stuff like that, or was it mainly football?
No, I did Wimbledon. That was the beauty of my job there, actually, that I did all sports. So I did Wimbledon. I covered Wimbledon for 22 consecutive years. Down at Wimbledon for the whole 2 weeks. So, when people ask you, what's a great workplace? Have you got a good place to work? And you say, Wimbledon is not bad.
It's not bad, is it? And I guess you got to talk to all the players and stuff because you're asking them questions and things, yeah?
Well, they're pretty well sort of looked after, the tennis people, but the golf people were very accessible. It used to be like that in football going back 20, 25 years. You could actually talk to players, but that's no longer the case. You can't really get near the players in football anymore. Not quite the same with rugby. The rugby guys are still quite accessible, and even the England crowd are really accessible. So journalists can form relationships with those personalities. Well, talking with the football, I don't think you can these days.
Sounds like they're more accessible the less money they make. That's what it sounds like. So talk to me about this charity then. You decided to join the charity. Was there a particular reason?
Well, basically, I just sort of left journalism. I'd gone freelance, taken a redundancy package and gone freelance. and so stopped travelling the world as such. And I always remember reading a newspaper, and there was a feature in it, and it was about this remarkable charity that had been going about 10 years maybe at the time. And when I read through it and saw, how much people gave to it, free of, with no charges in there at all, and all voluntary, and what they did for the patients they were taking over to Addenbrookes Hospital, I thought, that's a good thing to do. So when I left the jobs I was doing, the travelling the world and that, I started working for this charity about three and a half years ago. And I can honestly say it's the best job I've ever had.
What, better than all the others? Crikey. Wow.
Just in sort of, satisfaction. I mean, I guess it's with the satisfaction of helping people, I think. That's probably what it's all about, really. And you get that in spades. They're very, very appreciative. And they give an awful lot to it as well, because the remarkable car journeys you have, you'd think, taking people probably at the scariest time of their lives, many of them. But they don't seem scared. And everybody helps each other.
That would be an interesting kind of, in a way, program. Is this what your book's about, or is your book about something completely different?
No, my book was inspired by the service, because basically the book takes its tenor from cancer patients who are travelling to their treatment. And it starts with a war correspondent, actually, who he has PTSD, and he has a panic attack as he's receiving his Journalist of the Year award, and decides to take a break because he's been doing 20 years in war zones. He takes a break and decides to join this charity with these patients. And it's how basically he sees his life in a different way, and they help him and he helps them, and they all help each other through humour, basically. I hope it's a very funny book. It brings out the humour of the situations, and not just black humour, because there isn't that much black humour. There is some, but not that much. It's really about, I suppose it's about the human spirit, really, and about human connections and how people bond tightly. And I think they bond much more quickly in times of adversity.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? When you're talking to people, you get to, people can get a real sense of each other. Then you can sort of share so many nice stories. The story that you've written, then, the book is called "When the Mist Clears."
Yeah.
Why did you choose that title then?
It's really metaphorical and physical at the same time, because there's a poignant moment in the book when one of the ladies, who is a gobby Essex girl, as tough as you like, but she just looks back at the time when she was diagnosed and what it meant to her and how it was going to affect her life. And she sort of describes it as like her mind going as if she was walking around the forest, couldn't find a way out. It was just this misty forest, complete mist. She couldn't find a way out at all. And then she was given a talking to by someone, and she saw life in a different perspective. And suddenly the mist cleared for her. So metaphorically, the mist cleared, and she said, I'm going to take this cancer on. I'm going to fight it. I'm going to battle. And she meets her friends, and they push her through it. And that's a metaphor. And then there's they make a pact, this group of friends, to meet up in a year's time. And we're not sure whether they will all be there or they won't be there, so I won't give away the ending. But there is an element of mist at the end of the book as well, put it that way.
Wow, sounds fabulous. It sounds great. And of course, you said the royalties are going towards the charity.
Exactly. All the royalties are going towards the cancer charity, which is it's a fantastic charity. I mean, a lot of these people we take, they don't have cars. Some of them live by themselves. There is no way on earth they'd be able to go by public transport over from Bedford to Addenbrookes every day. They just wouldn't be able to do it, especially in the conditions some of them are in. So what happens is we have about 25, 26 drivers. We have 5 cars. We take 4 patients in the morning, bring them back to their houses, and then take another 4 in the afternoon and bring them back to their houses. And we stay with them all the time. So if they have any problems, like maybe going to the pharmacy and getting medication or whatever it is, they've got someone to turn to.
What's the charity called then, specifically? It has a name, I presume.
It's a Primrose charity, the Primrose Car Service.
The Primrose Car Service. And can people donate to this charity and stuff like that? I presume they can go online.
Can do this. There's an online presence for it, and they can go online and donate through that, or just by buying the book, they can obviously boost its coffers through the royalties that
Absolutely.
they receive.
So if people want to,
by all means.
So the book is ready now. If people want to buy it, go online, help towards the charity as well. Where can they find it?
The book is online. It's being sold at Amazon with coronavirus and everything, of course, but there's a lot of online sales these days. The bookshops aren't open yet, of course, so but it's online now on amazon.co.uk, in paperback, $7.99, and also in ebook on the Kindle version, which at the moment is for a promotional 99 pence.
Wonderful. Do you have like an audiobook as well? That would be great.
There has been talk of that coming out, but if it does well, and hopefully it will, hopefully that will be another avenue we can go down.
Excellent. Well, if you need a voiceover...
Of course, yes, why not?
I'm joking, Frank. Frank, thank you so much for that. The book is called When the Mist Clears. It's Frank Malley. Go and check it out. Go and find the book and definitely buy it because the royalties will go towards the Primrose charity. Listen, Frank, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Before you go, you've picked a song. Is there a story behind the song? What's the song?
The song is I've Got a Friend by James Taylor. Which is the Carole King version, of course. Carole King wrote it, but not really a story behind it. But I think it goes back. I think I'm right saying it came out around about 1972, and that was just sort of an era when it's a very impressionable era and that. And I just think the sentiments as well are very. They're good for the book. They're exactly what the book and what the trip over to Cambridge and that with all the friends in the car. Well, they're not friends when they start, but they're friends when they finish.